Do you did you ever buy any stuff because a rock guy told you it was cool?
Give me one. Have you ever done that?
Oh God.
I mean, I'm starting to buy things because Alex Jones is telling me to buy things. So I probably have.
I definitely bought Fruity Loops because Tyler the Creator exists.
Oh yeah. Oh no, of course. I've definitely bought like music equipment.
Definitely.
And pedals. Pedals. I feel like is a scam sometimes.
Totally. I have
especially nowadays when we can just buy a board that's got everything in it. You can buy an amp that's got it all in it.
Well, and here's the thing: is I know how to make small electronics, and I'm still dumb enough to pay for a fucking pedal.
Yeah. You can literally build those machines, Tanner. And you're like, you know what? It's for the convenience. It's convenient. Yeah.
Welcome to Piss Magazine. Yes. I'm Tanner.
Stone Fox Detroit.
And this is Fentanyl Blues from Sillyville by Airline Company Collective.
Good. This is like right on brand and on topic too.
Dude,
Fentanyl Blues, Methanol Blue.
I would love to get into some the Methylene Blue celebrity news.
Should I order it? Should I?
No,
I haven't bought anything from Alex Jones' store yet, which by the way is not InfoWars store. I gotta make that.
Oh, it's very different.
Yes. The company Bigley owns Alex Jones' store. He doesn't own it.
Yeah, his dad does.
Oh. David Jones?
David Jones.
Does he own Bigley?
They literally just signed it over one day. They were like, "Oh shit, fuck." You have it, David.
That might be part of it. I'm not. Is it his dad?
Yeah, it was part of the bankruptcy thing.
Oh wow. Well, yeah. I did think that was kind of smart because he's like, because anything he sells was going to go right to the stuff he owes. Yeah. So he's like, I got to have somebody else own it.
Yeah. Don't any of those bastard parents of dead kids getting that money.
Yeah, hey, I will say I did think $1 trillion was a little excessive.
That's insane.
I mean, I think they were making a point.
Definitely.
With that,
I mean, what was the point? Now you get to declare bankruptcy and start from zero. Like, yeah. I mean, it was almost like in his favor that it was ridiculously high, because initially I think the judgment was like $6 million, which is something Alex Jones can afford to pay. They
did go a little hard because the judges clapped back.
Really?
At prosecution a lot for a lot. They used a little bit of trickery, and they tried to force this happened like within the last year, like a few months. They tried to force a fake auction. Like they tried to say that they did do an auction and it hadn't happened or been approved by a judge. A judge wanted it to be done a certain way. They were trying to do it their own, sell it privately, auction it privately or whatever, and the judge was like, no. So they actually got in trouble for a lot of their technique with trying to get Alex.
See, why I want to know what they thought was going to happen if they didn't overreach like that, because it's like, guys, you beat Alex Jones. That's a very hard task.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got it in the bag, man. Why do the jiggery pokery? But what else is new? Because all I know is what's going on in the Alex Jones sphere.
I'm so caught up in his world, dude. So I was on Fish Tank Live for a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
A couple months ago, huh? It's been a while now. Oh my God, time has flown by, dude. I auditioned. It was called Stream Star Championships. It's an audition to 24/7 live stream from your bedroom. Technically an audition to be on season 4 of Fish Tank. It's basically the show in your bedroom.
Dude,
so they had us doing the show in our bedroom.
I remember I popped into the tank for a minute.
Yes, I had to invite you. I couldn't not do that and like not invite you.
Dude, and then
imagine I didn't invite you and then you're just like, yo, you're on Fish Tank? What the fuck,
what
dude?
The fuck, dude?
You don't even like tell me or
dude. Well,
I knew you were gonna find out.
I kept thinking like, man, I should drop by. It sounds like a lot of fun. And then every day I'd check in with you and it seemed a little bit more like you had been at a Chinese re-education camp.
Yeah, you probably caught me at the worst moments.
Oh, dude. Well, because you'd be like, dude, I'm losing my mind. And then the next day you'd be like, I was out of my mind. Don't worry. They have my best interests at heart. It was quite literally like, oh God.
I got this. I know what's going on.
We need to call the cult deprogrammer.
There's definitely some tactics being used, and believe it or not, it was more so the audience than it was production.
That's not surprising to
for
me.
A lot of the stuff that like I found out, like I went through and stuff, which that's why like not halfway through, but probably about a week into it, I like kind of snapped almost one night, and I think I talked to you that night actually.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I kind of realized I found some stuff out, and then I kind of realized what was going on. And so I was like, oh, I need to play into the audience. And I kind of purposely started playing Little Schizo. And
Well, dude, it seems like leaning into that led to some big places. Like, I remember one day texting you, and you were like, last night I built a snowman in my living room, and I cut it in half with a chainsaw.
I put an afro on it, and I was like, do I get points if I give it a blackface? That audience is like clamoring for blackface and racial humor. And that is another thing I was going to say is a lot of racial barriers were broken.
Yes. Yes, a lot of bonding and unity had occurred.
Absolutely. There were people who would never in a place on the internet have I ever seen a black man in whiteface, like trying to pretend to be a white man, arguing with a white man in blackface who's wearing whiteface on top of the blackface. I've never seen that on the internet. And people were like, I did wear blackface at one point, and people were like berating me and saying all this vile shit. And I'd just be like, where have you seen this? Have you ever seen this on the internet? We're breaking barriers. And people would be like, damn, man, I didn't even think about it like that.
Damn, man,
I won a lot of people over.
Yeah, no, or we just
I thought my career was over. I was gonna have to go into hiding after Stream Stars.
No, dude, it's I exist to de-radicalize people like you. Anyone that does blackface on the internet, they stop by the podcast, they get a tune-up. I let them know.
Yes, that's why I'm here.
We can unpack the invisible knapsack. And
I'm gonna untie the noose.
untie the invisible noose around your neck.
The invisible one. Sorry.
Do you have any friendships from the fish tank days that are sticking by? Are you and Burger King foot lettuce guy still tight?
Oh yeah. Me and foot lettuce guy are tight. We became friends. I don't know if you guys have seen that viral video of the guy from Burger King putting his feet in the lettuce. That went viral. He was my co-contestant. We're bros now. We had to do a challenge together.
Really?
We had to team up together, and it was the disability challenge. We both had to have no arms. I think we did it for 2 or 3 hours.
Jeez.
And so we watched each other's streams, and we tried to do things. I shot a bow and arrow with my feet. I made a sandwich with my feet. I painted him with my feet.
Did you eat the sandwich with your feet?
I did eat it. They wanted me to eat it. They wanted me to see it,
Dude, I had a story that, this is tangential to fish tank, but it has a lot to do with using your feet. Okay. So
I love a good foot story.
When I was a kid, I think every kid, you see a yogi on TV, they put their legs behind their head, and you're like, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I was sitting here where you're sitting, and I put my leg up, and it keeps going, and it gets behind my head. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And I grab my right leg. I keep pushing and pushing and pushing. My girlfriend's sitting next to me. She does not stop me. I don't know why.
She wanted to see how far you could go.
I get both legs behind my head and then lotused, and I'm like, this is something I can do apparently.
Didn't know you secret unlocked?
Exactly. No, I should.
I didn't. Secret move unlocked.
I should have tried to bend forward. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at on the sucking my own dick.
Yeah, you don't need to get rid of a rib or anything.
No, God, no. It's just about upper back flexibility. You think it'd be lower back? It's all upper back.
Oh, no wonder you talked about Kegels so much.
I talk about Kegels because they have permanent ramifications for young men. If you do male Kegels in your teenage years, you will be a far shooter into your late 20s.
Yes.
No, but beyond male Kegels,
it's not always too late.
It's not always too late.
I'd say 35 might be the cutoff for being a far shooter.
I don't know. We'll see.
For being a aspiring far shooter.
Aspiring. Well, dude, there was some podcast that Seth from Piss Magazine used to listen to.
Shout out to Seth, their Holland trip.
Yeah, shout out. He bought all those cum pills. You take 9 pills a day. Oh my God,
yeah. So he could be like a flower.
A flower? Gross, man. A gooper. He's a gooper. And I don't understand the appeal because there's already too much, man. You know what I mean?
He really wants to give that wow factor.
That wow.
Yeah. Well, he likes to put on a show. He's like who's that? He's like Rip. Who's the guy that throws the confetti?
I don't know. A porn star that throws confetti?
Yeah. He's like that.
Dude, I would, how come there's not a chick with a porn gimmick like that? There's no real roller girl.
He's got to have streamers for his event.
He's like Rip Taylor. Are you talking about Rip Taylor?
Rip Taylor, yes. He's like the Rip Taylor of sex.
Hello.
More manly, obviously. A little bit more testosterone fueled.
I don't
think Rip was taking cum pills. So
no, Rip was just taking cum raw.
Yeah, he was getting it raw, the raw milk. He was getting the raw stuff.
I have to wonder.
God, that's funny. He was putting methylene blue drops in his.
You ever hear gay comedians talk about how hard it was to be a gay comedian?
And Ellen. Ellen talks about that.
And it's like, well, it's like,
yeah.
Well, it's like, okay, so you're talking about sex. Everyone can relate to that. And you're talking about gay sex. That is far less relatable. By literally like 95% less relatable.
And to do it too, you gotta like be descriptive because like, you're explaining for people that haven't experienced that. Like if they're gonna get the joke, you gotta lay it all out there.
Well, and it's like, here's the thing: no gay person would explain gay sex in a way that would make it funny. Like, have you ever heard Louis C.K. describe a fart? Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think I probably have. You know,
like, well, he's like, it's funny because it's a trumpet sound you make with your ass. And
you know, he needs to explain whacking off as well.
It's funny because they're beneath me in the comedy scene.
Yes.
They're just starting out and they feel like they have to put up with this. They're standing by the door, but they haven't said no. I think
the potted plant.
I think it's really funny that like,
I'm pretty. By the way, sorry, not to go off. I keep getting this. Potted plant thing mixed up with Louis C.K. and Harvey Weinstein.
So
I don't want there to be a Shazam Kazam thing.
There are 2 or 3 different things from the Me Too era where a guy jacks off in specifically a ficus, and I have no clue why. It comes up like 3 times minimum. Harvey Weinstein did it. I want to say Louis might have jacked off into a plant, and there's a 3rd fucking mystery guy who jacked off into a potted plant. And at a certain point, it's got to be like, is this like a club you join in college? Is this like, you know, something they teach you in like Hebrew school? Like, you have to, like, if you're going to jack off, it's got to be, don't let it touch the ground. It's got to be into a plant.
We kind of touched on this one time before when we talked about it last, it does seem kind of sex magic ritualistic.
It just does a little bit, yes.
You know, it's got to be in soil.
Well, okay, so how many of these people do you think picked up sex magic because they're creepy celebrities? Which, you know, I'm not so amenable to that.
Yeah.
But I don't like that idea. But how many people do you think just had like a witchy girlfriend, and now they're like, and now I'm a celebrity?
Oh, a lot of them.
Oh, probably a lot.
I'm sure. Do you think it was a woman usually that's
the
sleight of hand to bring somebody into, you know?
It's either women or podcasting because like women when you go on a date with particularly witchy women, they'll hand you stuff like a bag of bones and rocks. I got that once. It was like a pink drawstring bag. It had like rocks and bones in it. And then I think pretty much every girl I've taken out in the last few years has given me some weird magical gift. And I'm like, I know just enough about esotericism to be like, you are cursing me somewhat. This is something, a protection.
This has been in some sort of spell or curse that you've done at some point.
I hope this is in addition to Valtrax.
Yes. If you're giving me a rock, it better be a certain type of medication.
Hey, man. Actually, that'd be great. Do you think there's people that are like mystics about crack? Because there's like mushroom mystics and stuff. Like, man, if you smoke crack, you can get Christ consciousness.
There's people that are that way about weed.
Yeah.
So there has to be people about, and I can't imagine people who smoke meth get that. That's why they get that way sometimes.
Dude, there's a weed church trying to recruit in our city. And they're mostly doing it through putting up their business cards in little public, like little free libraries.
Oh, no.
Sounds like a great way to get popped by the fucking police, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're semi-legal, but, like, you have to have, like, cancer, and you have to only smoke wax. It's all this other shit.
Oh, is that what they do? It's just the wax? They want you to just do concentrate?
I don't, that's the state law, but, like, at this meeting, they're like, yeah, we're going to get high. We're going to talk about Star Wars, and then we're going to meditate. And I'm like, this feels like a very blatant tax scam, but I hope you have a good 2 years.
I was like, damn, what a church. You go watch Star Wars?
Well,
there was a joint and watch some Star Wars.
There was a church I went to in California that had legal status as a church. I signed up as a congregant in the front room. They took me to the back. I bought my weed, and then I could smoke inside while I was there and watch Blade 2 because it was legally a church.
God. Wow, Blade 2.
Yeah, smoking a blunt inside.
That's incredible.
It was amazing. It's the only reason I'd ever go back to Inglewood.
You know, a lot of people give Blade 2 shit, but I really like Blade 2.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was badass. I'm not biased because I saw it in theaters when I was like 9, but I saw Norman Reedus.
Okay. Yeah. Norman Reedus is cool. Fucking Blade's cool. Here's the thing.
Yes. Blade is way badass.
Hey, have you seen the new Black Vampire movie?
Are you talking about Sinners?
Yes.
That's a vampire one.
It is.
Oh, I didn't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Dude,
I've seen some clips. I wasn't sure about it. I'm not a Michael Jordan fan, Michael B. Jordan fan, but just call him Michael Jordan. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
People can have the same name. Let's get over this thing.
Well, do you remember in the 90s when there was 2 Grace Joneses?
No. I'm not familiar with Grace Jones, I don't think.
Oh, man. There's... Wait. I'm not thinking of Grace Jones is a black model from the 70s. I'm thinking of Julie Brown. There's Julie Brown and then there's Downtown Julie Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know Downtown.
Yeah.
So there was 2.
There was 2 Julie Browns, equally famous.
Did they both get sick of each other being misrecognized?
I'm totally sure of it. But I think it was one of those things where it's convenient because one's black and one's white. So it's sort of like,
yeah.
When would it even come up?
The ebony one or the ivory?
Ebony or ivory? Which one are we talking about? C or C sharp?
I feel like putting yourself out there, though, to become a celebrity, that's got to come with the territory. There's a chance somebody is going to have a name or, Dude, you're going to get misrecognized.
It's so funny,
mistaken for somebody else.
There's people where you'd swear that they picked a fake name because the name they go by is so ridiculous. Like Dermot Mulroney. You're like, you must have picked that just because no one else has named that. And so he's like, nope.
I need to name my child Dermot.
Well, then you know what's fucking crazy?
I've never had that thought.
Well, so Dylan McDermott, right?
Yeah.
Dylan, grandson of Dermot. I didn't think Dermot was a real name. Dermot Mulroney comes into existence.
Yes.
Not only looks like the motherfucker, proves that the name is real and not a fucking fiction. I don't know. I love the man. Do you ever think about changing your name to something more celebrity-ish? The stage name?
Ideas. I've had ideas for things.
Clark Griswold. Benito
Clark Griswold.
Mussolini.
I'm just gonna steal from National Lampoon. That's not bad too. You could just pick a character.
I'm Nick Papagiorgio. I want to be Nick Papagiorgio from Vegas Vacation.
Ricardo Perez.
Ricardo Perez?
That's the.
It'd be really. Who is that? Is that the Night Stalker?
Well, that was the guy who wanted to kill Bjork, and he made those. He's like shaved head.
Yeah, dude. People love.
If you like maniacal psychopaths, you'll know who I'm talking about.
I like that instead of coming up with anything fun to post, people are like, I'm just gonna post a screenshot from the Bjork suicide video and be like, LOL life, right?
Dude, I think last week I just shared that with Vortex.
Dude,
with Vortex Comedy. Shout out to Vortex Comedy. We had a conversation about. He didn't know Ricardo Perez either. So you knew who he was, but he wasn't aware of that whole situation.
Vortex is funny, man. Go check out Vortex.
Did you hear the news about him?
No, what happened?
I think he's come out with this. I don't know if any of the orbiters are going to see this, but they probably will. I'm just going to tell it anyway. Sorry, Vortex. He won a spot to do stand up at Skankfest.
Congratulations, well deserved.
Yeah, he did an audition, I think during second phase of Stream Stars, and he shared the video with me, and he just roasted all the Legion of Skanks guys, and it was so good.
Yeah,
it was really fucking good. He had I think if I remember the story right, sorry if I'm getting it wrong, Kevin. He had little time, and he didn't get to shoot the video he wanted to, so we just went into the woods by a creek and just recorded it. And production got a hold of him and was like, "Hey, man, you broke all these rules and didn't do anything we asked, but it was so good that we want you to come." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" So I'm highly thinking about going to Skankfest this year,
dude. Yeah,
so I want to announce that it's November. I'm probably gonna be going to Skankfest so I can watch Kevin perform.
Dude, it's absolutely God, it's been nothing but profitable for us to go to Skanksfest. So
yeah, I think it might be good. It might make sense. Too, now I've got a reason to big reason to be there, and not just I want to see this person, somebody I know is performing. That's sick. I'm super happy for him, dude. He deserves it.
Get in that green room, baby. Tell me what size of jacket Luis J. Gomez wears.
Save some cash and go with me.
That sounds nice, actually.
It's November.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways out to Vegas.
I was thinking we just both get it's 3-day pass, $700.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. I was like, it's November.
That's plenty of time.
That's worth it,
I'm making pretty much all of my money right now doing music videos, which I don't know how sustainable that is, but it certainly is fucking fun.
Keep going. Keep doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe scale it to Spike Jones over here.
Yeah. Ooh.
Did you think about that?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Good.
Definitely.
Good. Because if I was doing that, I'd be all over looking everybody up and who I like and getting my influences and inspiration.
I'm trolling Bandcamp like an insane person right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm looking for somebody to either shoot or record or
Oh, I see. You're perusing through band. You're trying to find people to do stuff. Okay.
There's a really weird thing in the town we live in where there is a music scene and people do go out. Mm-hmm. But they like their one or two things that they do. Yeah. And so if they have like, I found this one dude, Black and Death Meadow, who I've been working with for like 6 months. He just had like 1,500 songs and like kind of a stage act. And I was like, okay, let's work on it.
He has that many songs?
Yes. Every day during COVID for 4 years, he fucking cranked out a tune. And it's all just sitting there on Spotify and Apple Music. And it's like, it has no attention on it at all. And so I just, we worked out a deal where I'm going to help him market some of it and put him on tour so we can tour that.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just like so blown away. Like I knew he worked and was good, and I'm like, wow, man, he really cranked him out.
And none of them are bad.
No, I imagine. I've heard. Yeah.
There's a base level of quality.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome.
But I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with music. I just know that I keep getting dragged into projects, and they're a ton of fun, and they pay. So. It's been nice.
Good.
God, man.
That's exciting. I wanna play. I've been playing. I'm trying to play guitar more.
Dude, we
gotta have time for it though too. And I need new equipment. So I'm like, I'm in that weird in between place where like I want to play, but I also need like new shit. And I'm like, I can't do that right now.
Well,
I want to.
We have a spot in a metal band.
Oh, really?
Yes. You might actually be interested in. We're pretty much done with the hip hop stuff with Butch. Black and Death Meadow. And
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because that's,
I thought that was kind of part of his
thing, He has 3 albums worth of material. We're going to tour it, but then it's like, well, what's next for Butch? And we decided to just transition it into sort of a Sleep Token, Slipknot-esque sort of just stage act.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Because it just seemed like, well, rotating band members.
It's a good opportunity to wear some masks.
That's the thing. That's the big thing about it. It just seemed like way less of a bitch to do that. And then also the money's like way better off the bat because you have like a festival level show.
That's awesome. Yeah, because if he's got all that material, he's definitely got a show guys can completely come up with and,
do we have
choreograph musically.
He's got me making masks for him right now.
You're making the masks.
Yes.
Designing and...
Yeah, like literally like doing molds of his face and shit. And we're like, we're doing like resin masks and we're like doing like LED inlays and all. It's getting really out of hand actually.
Wow.
Yeah. But
wow. Just a mold of the face and a mask. That's kind of fucking cool. And then lights, dude.
It's
kind of neat.
He'll text me a really crazy idea every few days. He'll be like, hey, so how can we get fire to shoot out of my head? And then I'll have to figure out how to do that. And then I will, once I do,
And he's not talking about just putting it in post, right?
No, he wants it for a stage effect. And so I was like, there's like a couple things we could do, but they all like, you might burn your face. And so I was like, we can shoot elementary school pyrotechnics, like for school plays, like out of your mask. And that's about it. That's what I'm comfortable doing with what we have. Yeah, seriously.
You've not really worked with pyrotechnics that close to the face before.
No, so I don't think anybody has.
It's going to take a little bit of work, and that's not the trial and error I'd want to go through. But more power to you guys having the balls to. I don't like fire. I really don't like fire.
I just have to be I think my part right now is I'm doing a lot of production, and I'm also doing a sort of DJ role and running like all of this chaos that's running on his body, like all the lights and shit.
Okay.
And I think I'm some sort of weird robot thing with like a metal face. It's really.
Oh, that's your.
Yeah.
Gonna be your getup is the.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And it's so different from what I'm used to doing. But I fucking love it.
That's kind of interesting. I like that.
I know.
I like the costume idea thing.
Put that studying to theater to use finally.
Yeah, with the metal band.
I know. Yeah.
I like that. We'll have to talk some more about that. I need to listen to more of Butch's music too. Yeah. Black and Death Meadow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Spawn and Spotify.
Dude, well, what's a genre of music that you think is like fucking stupid? Honestly, I've been listening to every kind of music again. Like,
I don't ever like talk like I've never been openly critical, I think,
ever
of music. I only say like positive things about shit.
turn up the hater.
It's just gonna be more contemporary shit that I don't understand and get. That's what I'll say.
Do you even really listen to it though? Like when it comes out, because like I barely hear new shit, dude.
No, I'm just stuck in listening to all of my old music. If I do, I don't listen to a lot of music. I'll be honest. I don't listen to that much music.
There's a certain age you reach where there aren't enough men in your life recommending music, and then I don't know a lot of guys that take music recommendations from women seriously, and this is a problem.
No, you're right. I'm one
of
these
problem.
guys. I'm going to own up to this. I don't own up to a lot in my life, but I'm going to own up to not listening to women's music recommendations.
And I
have not done that.
It's wrong of us. It really is.
You're right. You're right.
There's no difference in taste,
especially when I'm like, you're not even a musician, And I'm like,
it's for me. I don't even make up justifications. No, I'm just messed up.
Well, I mean, that's half of it. That's one part. But I'm like, I'm making justifications for it. I'm like writing them off. I'm like, I can't take you professionally enough to take your art recommendation.
Now, I know you have ears, but like you have the female brain.
Yeah, I trust women enough to be physically intimate with them and mentally affectionate, but not to take their music recommendation.
I'll tell them my darkest secrets,
yeah.
but god damn it, if I'll listen to Arctic Monkeys, fuck them.
Yeah. Oh, you'll help me bury a body, but I'm not gonna listen to that fucking band, dude.
Dude,
sometimes it feels like that.
Dude, I like that.
I'll start listening to women more.
You know what? Actually, yeah, this might be the most positive podcast we've ever had. What's some other positive things we could do?
We've said before we've been pro women, but this is the most pro women I think we've been, dude.
I remember we went into me and my girlfriend went into a woman's bookstore, like the one from Portlandia, but it's run by like a white feminist, in like the classical sense of like, all the books are just by women and probably all by white women. And she was looking at me like I was lost. Not only lost, but a hostile traveler. And I'm like, dude.
Like, how dare you step foot on that sacred ground?
Yes.
Amazonia, you stumbled into Amazonia.
Well, I don't know like what I need to wear to like be ambiguously hetero. Because here, the Trump environment is very much so that if you look like somebody that might have voted Trump, people like look at you funny.
Yeah, how do I give off the I'm an ally vibe without
having
to do it? You know what I mean?
Well, it goes both ways because like if I wear a trucker cap, people in trucks all day they like tilt their head back, and I have no clue what that is. I don't know if like we're all in the same club or like my dad has a channel on YouTube where he does like camping and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And
doesn't he review things too?
Yeah, he like reviews like really nice equipment he gets sent. He's got a good relationship with his sponsors.
Oh wow, he's got sponsors too. Oh my god, dude, that's awesome. He's doing great.
Yeah, Flatbroke Outdoor, good channel. But he gave me this hat, and it just had his YouTube channel and a trucker cap, and all day people going like, "Yep," and I'm like, "Is this how I should be advertising my show?" Because this advertising is going over very well.
Advertising. That's a new one.
See, now it wouldn't work on people like you and me. We're very cynical. But if you walk around a Walmart with your YouTube channel on your hat, god damn it, you're going to get some traction.
No, you're right, dude.
People will ask. Right about that.
People will ask what's on your hat. If people ask what's on your shirt all the time, they'll ask what's on your hat.
Oh,
absolutely, dude.
Oh, you know,
I've promoted so many other podcasts by just wearing their stuff. I didn't mean to. I just liked it, you know? Maybe you should be doing that. You're right. You're fucking right.
I'll have to dust off the old Kill Podcasters merch. I bought the website back.
Oh.
Yes, I did.
Wow, dude.
It was in...
fucking go for you, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. That's beneficial for both of us.
It really is.
Wow. Thank you for relinquishing that, whoever you are, to Tanner. Thank you.
Thanks, Dick.
Making us buy it back.
No, but yeah, it lapsed. It entered turnaround, and then either somebody snapped it up, or we had enough minimum traffic that some bot it for us, or bought it and was like holding it hostage.
Do they do that? They hold websites hostage sometimes.
I don't
not just like individuals, but bot stuff.
I think they do because I was just thinking about it. Well, actually, funny enough, Big Weld was here.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Weld.
Yeah, shout out to Weld. He's fucking working on a good screenplay right now.
Oh, he's got a movie coming.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's got a fucking script, and
Wow.
this cat's fucking nuts, dude. Check out at I'm not Big Weld or I hate Big Weld on X, but he's like just finished a game engine he's gonna make open source that like makes game programming like stupid easy. It looks really fucking good.
He's making game technology.
Yes.
Like programs to
Yes.
make games. Wow.
And well, he said he just wanted to
sick,
be able
man.
to make video games quickly in a way that he understood. And I was looking at it and I'm like, this just like looks nice. I'm sure you could sell it. Like if you open source this, like people would donate. Like, come on, homie. And
he should definitely start a Kickstarter.
oh, dude, I think he's I think he's. I don't think he's gonna kickstart it, but I think he's gonna like do a Gumroad thing.
Funding, get some funding through some source. Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to talk all my friends into being fake sidekicks with me. Do you wanna join the Sidekicks Network?
Are you really doing the psychic thing?
Yeah, I am, dude. That's people are actually
How's
paying
that been?
for it. It's been fucking awesome. I mean, like, so it's the mean-spirited tarot reading.
Yeah.
But what?
Which I like that angle on it, by the way.
Well, so it's kind of. I think you'll really like this angle. I mostly just wind up giving people like Bob Proctor life advice.
That's kind of good.
It is really good. Like if your tarot reading just helped you like, so I generally view psychics as generally harmful.
Yeah, I was gonna say that what you're doing seems like quite a few more rungs up the ladder from fortune cookie.
Definitely, you know? Yeah. So you call me up.
At least probably could be tangible advice and stuff. You know?
It really is. So like no matter what card I pull for you, I'm going to read basically my prepared statement. I'm going to make it make sense.
But just fit it to
exactly.
Yes,
and it's like
tailor it. Yeah,
and it's all about like getting in the right paradigm and like goal setting, and then like how the universe has your back, and then like literally just like visualize it, and then it will happen. It's like straight up like The Secret, like point A to point B.
See, I'm a fucking idiot with this stuff too, dude. That stuff gets me.
No, I mean it's
like there's guys on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and you start scrolling shorts, you'll eventually start scrolling through lives, and most of them are tarot people.
Really?
And and I'll just like. There will be lulls in some of the people's views, and I'll get on there and be like, do mine. And the guy will go, I'll make him do it like 4 times. And every time I'm like taking it seriously at the end, and I'm like, oh my God, it meant this and this. I'm taking it seriously.
I could give you one. I give you a real one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I give you. So there's a few approaches. Can you vamp for a second?
Yeah. I need you to break this down for me. That'll be really awesome, actually. Love that you're getting into tarot. You're not quite, who's the African American the Jamaican American woman?
Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo, yeah. Not quite Miss Cleo.
No, we are Mr. Cleo.
Yeah.
We have a great reading we can do for you.
Look at these cards.
Offensive.
Look at that deck. Look at that box, dude. It's a serious box.
Yeah, dude. These are serious cards, man. These are
and it's the Writer tarot deck. Everybody, the Writer.
This is the classic art style you would. Oh, damn it.
That's beautiful,
dude. Well, do you have a question you want to ask the cards? Because I do a single card pull when I'm not, working.
I have to ask the cards a question?
Yes.
This is something I've never done.
You can get the resolution to any question you want, man.
Okay. I have to ask it out loud?
Well, yeah, ideally, because I'm going to psychologically pick through the card for you. So if you want to keep it light, you can keep it light, but we'll just show you the magic of the tarot.
All right. It's more of a yes or no. Should I continue on the path that I'm on and the goals that I have set? Should I just continue forth with what I have in my mind and stick with my plans for right now? Should I do that, or should I do my backup plan?
All right. Queen of Cups.
Okay, we got the Queen of Cups.
Queen of Cups. So here's what I see. I do a Alejandro Jodorowsky style tarot reading. So you take the images in the card and you sort of start to untangle them psychologically. So here we have a woman looking down at a treasure of sorts, right?
Yes.
A ruler. Let's say you're the ruler of your own life here, and you're looking at your treasures, and you're contemplating it. This is quite literally you.
That is what she's doing. She is contemplating the.
You're like, do I want
this?
Do I want this treasure, or do I want something lesser because it feels more safe? That's what I feel. If you were her in this situation, you would be looking at what you have and asking yourself, am I worth this? Is it scary to have it? Will people want to take it away from me? Is it too nice for me? And what I would say to you, Emmett, is you should not go with your backup plan. You should go with whatever plan is the closest to the vision you are holding in your mind. You know, I mean, you're gonna be a success at whatever you do. You're gonna progress whatever ideal you head towards. So,
Can I hold the card too?
Yes.
Continue. Sorry.
I think it's very important that we take a look at the open waters behind her. We take a look at.
Oh shit!
Yes.
There's like a cliff too.
Yes, a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Like,
oh god damn it! This is what I'm talking about.
You start to psychologically.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Well, as soon as you pulled the card, I grabbed my beard. You know, damn, dude.
So that's the thing. I use tarot as I think the best way to get answers about your future, because I think you're ultimately in control of your destiny, is to find out what you really think about something, and directing that mental activity. So it's not just anxiety bubbling, but really putting questions to yourself, and this really does that.
And then the only other thing on this card I got to ask about, if you think it has any meaning, there are 3 cherubs. There's 2 on the top, and then there's 1 on the bottom of the chair. Do those cherubims have any meanings?
Well, I'd say that's divine protection.
Oh,
I mean, it's quite literally
that's pretty
God looking over you.
Yeah, that's pretty close to
So in terms of like my philosophy, ideology, worldview, this would say God has your back with either decision, but I would encourage you to keep your treasure. Because look, no one's around the throne. No one's going to take that treasure.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I approached someone in my family with like a super.
That was good, by the way. That was really good. Holy
Thank
shit,
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, how do people get to do tarot with you?
Oh yeah,
let them know.
mindunlimited.gumroad.com. Mindunlimited.gumroad.
Mind Unlimited. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It's like ducks on the Mind's Unlimited. Mind Unlimited.
But it's a super useful fucking psychological tool. So although I might not be super spooky about it, that
was pretty optimistic.
Yes,
that was very optimistic.
Oh yeah, the attitude's mean, but like, dude, the readings are just like all like lovey.
There was one guy that did one of mine, and he's kind of gruff about it. He'd be like, "You're doing this. You're all fucked up. I don't know why you're doing this. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Why are you doing this?
Why are you all stressed out, man? Don't do that."
Oh God,
it's almost like therapy when sometimes
it really is. That's why I think it's easier to do with a second person.
Yeah, BetterHelp needs to do tarot.
You know what?
Better tarot.
What if we expand Mind Unlimited?
There you go.
To be,
you should reach out to BetterHelp and be like, you should offer tarot services. You know,
it'd be so. Wait. What if we were a rehab that disguised itself as a psychic hotline? Dude,
a rehab.
The demons are gonna get you if you don't stop huffing that paint.
Mm-hmm. That's what group is every day. It's just a tarot around a circle.
I feel like that would work. See. Here's the thing. We were talking about Synanon a couple weeks ago on the pod. Do you know what Synanon is?
Yes, you told me. But this was it wasn't a program. It was that group in that building.
Yeah, attack therapy is what they use.
Attack therapy, yes.
Yeah.
And they'd all like yell at each other. And yes, I remember you showing me some of their.
The reverse has got to work too. Like you could just do blowjob therapy, right? The reverse has got to work.
Well, that kind of therapy would work on a lot of people.
I think so. You're feeling tense?
Now, yes. There's a massage place up the corner. I'm sure they do that. So.
I've wondered, and here's the thing: I never see anyone come or go from that place.
Oh, I'm sure people come.
People are coming constantly.
I'm sure people are coming there a lot.
There's got to be parking in the back. I swear.
Oh, there's
parking in the rear.
All
right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the one of the funniest.
Too many easy jokes there,
dude. One of the funniest podcast appearances I can remember. It's probably 10 years ago now. It's Eric Andre on The Champs, which was Neil Brennan and Moshe Kasher's podcast.
Wow, I can't believe I missed him with Neil Brennan. Dude, I'll have to look that one up.
That podcast is awesome. It's just them interviewing black celebrities. That's the whole premise.
I really like Neil Brennan.
So do I.
He's great. I just like his personality, you know. I mean, he's a great writer and his stand-up's great and stuff, but just his conversation is really good.
It's one of the best chatters on the planet.
Yeah.
And what bums me out is how bummed out he is.
Yeah.
Like his chronicling his like battle with depression, as I'm like, dude,
it was so bad he went and did ayahuasca.
Yeah. I can't,
you know, you're in a bad way when you're like, I gotta go do ayahuasca, you know. Outside of it just being a celebrity, like
cool thing to do.
Yeah.
He's not a drug guy.
It's like a celebrity pilgrimage. to go do ayahuasca. At least for a while, it was.
I still feel like it's got to be because I feel here's where I think the trend is
Machine
going to
Gun
go.
Kelly did it, So
Really?
Oh yeah,
Christ.
yeah. I mentioned that in the first episode of American Death Camp because he gave his baloney story about it to Stern.
Well, okay, here am I'm over here being like, well, he's not cool enough to experience enlightenment, and it's like, you know what? It makes you feel good. I just think that I feel entitled and elitist about it because I did like months of reading about it.
Yeah.
And years of reading.
I know. But see, that's how I feel about the music and women.
Yeah.
I gave so many years to practicing and learning and honing my craft and knowing my genres in music. And you're going to come along and tell me I need to listen to this Azalea Banks song? Give me a fucking break.
Dude, there's a fucking instrument I want to subject you to so fucking bad.
It's not the whiz bang, is it?
It's not. It's kind of worse. It's kind of worse than the whiz bang.
I love that we were talking about that earlier.
I was like, I need some funny instruments for the show, and you're like what? And I'm like, like clown horns and whiz bangs.
Well, first you said noisemakers, and I was like, what could that be? Like the poppers you saw on the ground?
Yeah.
I was like, noisemakers.
I just want
instruments, yes. The thing that looks like a fish that you
exactly
stick on. Yes.
Those instruments that only exist in music class, like boom whackers.
Yeah, I only saw them in preschool.
Well, my girlfriend Sweetie Pie, she got me a kalimba for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I fucking fell in love, dude.
Yeah, those are neat little things.
My favorite thing ever though is guys who think they're really cool playing the kalimba. There's not many. But Maurice White from Earth, Wind, and Fire had a kalimba phase.
Oh, well, he gets a pass. I mean,
yeah, no, Maurice White's a smooth motherfucker. But like, he stepped out on stage, and he's like smiling, like,
wow, playing it live.
Oh, dude, and he's like strumming it and like kind of like air humping and just sort of like doing like Elvis moves and shit. And he's got like the blink, 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 blink. It's a thumb piano.
See, I only see people playing it in reels.
It's
it's one of those instruments.
No,
this is a girl like twiddling on it.
Can I pull it up?
With a filter. Yeah, of course.
Prepare yourself for the kalimba mastery of Maurice White. This guy's
EWF.
He is so into himself, man. I love it.
Those tiny little mallets.
Yeah.
I can't even hear that. He's so lightly tapping. I've never seen a man so emotionally moved by a note from the kalimba before. That was great.
Oh shit! Grandpa's got the hot pants on, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Off to school, dude.
Look at that silky shirt.
Got a chest wax like a new car. He's the four, dude. He's fucking enraptured by this fucking kalimba. Oh wait, was that with that
Like later.
afro? He's not yelling like fuck white. I wanna kill all white people. Miles Davis. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, dude. Get them hips in there. Oh, my favorite's this guy. Here it comes. Yeah. Oh, he don't give a fuck. Oh, God.
95. Wow. Big in Japan. Maybe everywhere.
It's crazy to me, man. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. There's catwalk on this, but
Some notes for
well, dude, I did. That
I've never seen a metal band do silk shirts. I've never seen it. I don't know if I know there's probably people who are like, man, how dare you? Like, listen, it hasn't been done, okay? Don't knock it till we figure out a way to do it, okay? There's a way to do these things.
leather was gay until Kiss did it.
Well, look at Judas Priest.
Yeah, dude.
Rob Halford, he got, you know how many straight guys he got to wear like all kinds of gay biker stuff?
Dude, yeah,
and
Lemmy
and they thought it was just like a part of the fucking rock thing, dude.
Lemmy had everyone dressed up like SS night at a gay bar.
Yeah.
Which is a thing that used to actually happen. There was that's something that doesn't
Man,
get
imagine
fucking
realizing you're at the wrong party.
Oh my god.
Well, this isn't the National Socialist Party.
This is a bunch of gay stuff going on. What the fuck? That's got to be there was
That's like the scene in The Sopranos when they catch the guy at the gay strip club. He's like, "It's a fucking joke. It's a joke." They're Nazis walking. What the fuck are you doing here?
There's this old Nazi magazine that was for gay Nazis, and I can't fucking remember its name. I think it's called like Drummer or something like that. You gotta go.
Wow,
I wish
Drummer?
I wish I could find scans of this because there's very little said about the ideology, but it was stuff like, oh yeah, no, like we view gay men as like an integral part of Aryan society, and it's like, wait, can we unpack this?
They've got that whole Greek.
Yeah, probably
a little bit of that thing.
Yeah, the Apollonian mysticism.
To me, that says somebody's just trying to make an excuse for justification.
You're just like well-chiseled German guys.
Just like, dude, you're just gay.
You're just gay, dude.
This is an esoteric.
Yeah, well, see, and that's the thing. And then if you're gay, you're probably just a Nazi for the aesthetics. And in which case, just
so, hey, this is something people aren't ready for. There are gay people who just get off on being Nazis.
Fair. That's
just like there are white men, Nazi men, very right, far right men, who will go to like, secretly like trans people. They're secretly gay.
Alex Jones, tranny gate.
Because they're so Nazified that they get off on this forbidden thing.
I remember
it probably works both ways.
Well, I remember the first time someone like handed me a joint when I was like in 8th grade. Got a fucking rock hard boner. So transgression turns people on, dude.
What was that? What did you smoke? They gave you a boner?
No, nothing yet. Just someone had handed me a joint.
I thought you hit it, and I was like, what was that laced with?
No, it's just the raw thrill of being a bad. Like I didn't do anything bad, like ever until that point, and then pretty much never again until I was like 16.
It's the thrill of that rush.
Yes.
Right.
And then
I get that.
Yeah. Now I
remember smoking my first joint, and it was kind of like that, you know. I remember that in an alleyway down the street from high school. Yes.
Dude, I can't.
I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Why do kids fucking get high and then go to school for the first time they get stoned? That's a nightmare idea, dude.
Yeah, I did a lot. Well, I skipped. I was skipping doing that. A lot of kids skipped where I went. We skipped for a while. We did the skipping. We were kind of right by our downtown too, and like free shuttles were like a new big thing. So we just leave. They didn't keep it. Then they didn't keep you in the school. You could just leave of your own volition if you're in high school. Dude. You know, because kids were going to other campuses. The smart kids were going to the smart campuses for a few hours. So kids were normally going in and out all the time.
There's a really weird program here where if you're, good at school but not overly intelligent, we have a magnet school for you to attend.
For other people in the country, it's like a gifted and talented-esque program.
But it's a whole school, and it's
an entire school
of just the most medium talent, like specialist sort of people. People who'd be like very good at HR.
Yeah.
A school of just HR people. It's populated by strong readers.
Well, yeah, I was in senior year and I was dating a junior, and she'd go there every day for 2 or 3 hours, and I was like, "What do you take there?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm an Italian 3," and I was like, "You're an Italian 3? What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
When did you start taking Italian?
We had we had like an advanced broadcasting program, just basically an excuse to use school time to use the radio station.
Man, oh yeah, they have a radio station.
Yeah, and I took it. Yeah. I took it twice.
I forgot about that shit.
I got an A+ and I retook the class because you could not transfer into the nice schools radio program. I was like, wait. So they have their own radio station. It's for people that have advanced. How are they getting in there? What are they doing? Anyways, this is also weird and specific to my life.
Well, no, that was kind of now I get a little pissed about that. I'm like, why the fuck are they doing that? Like,
you know what? One high school memory has been sticking with me this week: the Army recruiter climbing wall.
Oh, they brought a climbing wall to you guys.
It would depend on the year, but about every other year it was a climbing wall.
Yeah, they didn't do anything that theatrical.
Really?
Actually, this brings up a really interesting. I'm trying to look into this story. You might think this is interesting. 2012. No, not 2012. What year was it? I'm trying to think. It might have been my junior year. They had a Navy guy come, a Navy recruiter, and they did a whole assembly in the auditorium. They never did that for recruiters, but they were doing this day, and I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So I didn't even go. And my girlfriend at the time went, and I asked her what happened, and she was like, it was this black guy, and he just did like, I don't know, 500 pull-ups, and then like did all these sit-ups and told us this big story about being in the Navy. Dude, I'm looking at the timeline, and I think it was David Goggins.
Oh, shit.
And I might have missed seeing David Goggins at my high school.
Oh, that's so
because
weird.
I did get into his story, and I learned a lot about his fucking life. And for a long time, he was their like recruiter poster child. Like this is before his the fame with the marathons and everything, because he had a heart condition, so he didn't like go out on a lot of deployments. So they had him here going around as a SEAL, being like, "Yo, you can do this," and he'd do all his crazy workouts and everything. You know, and that's where he picked up his brand, to shape his product to be who he is today. But I was looking at the timeline, and I was like, I would have been in high school, and I was like, oh my god, I fucking miss seeing David Goggins as like a 15-year-old.
Dude, I wonder who we've met now that will soon be super famous.
Yeah.
Vortex Comedy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vortex Comedy
he's
next
already
up.
on his way. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sure. Like, dude,
Skankfest. That's so awesome.
it's a big.
We'll we'll do it someday in the future, but we'll have to get him for something. Dude, he wants to do something.
He's makes me laugh. But got a question for you. Big question for you.
It's on the air, so this has got to be big.
I need to know the hardest time you laughed recently.
The hardest time I laughed?
Yeah.
Dude, I was laughing pretty hard yesterday, and it was at Alex Jones shit, so at his expense.
What was he doing?
I was just doing impressions of him.
Yeah.
Doing his Methylene Blue commercials, and he was with Roseanne Barr, and it was just so fucking funny. Like, he's getting her to do the Emperor Palpatine, and then he added lightning in post for like in commercial.
Stop.
It was all a commercial. Dude. He's showing Palpatine unlimited power, and didn't they used to use like the Emperor as like
it was Obama as a stand-in
as the government, as
yeah.
deep state, and now he's like comparing himself as he's taking these crazy supplements to the dark side.
So
what the fuck?
Well, I'm going to speculate.
Alex,
I'm going to speculate here. This might be a hint to the OG fans that Alex is no longer in control of his own content. Think about it. He's reversed his opinion on big government. Weird.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's using his imagery super inconsistently. Either Alex Jones is a big liar who's massively inconsistent, or big or here. He's been taken over by the CIA, and he's letting his fan base know subtly that he's not
jokes
okay.
about that. He jokes about that being taken over by the CIA.
So everyone thinks I'm a clone now.
They think I'm an operative because I won't criticize Israel. I do criticize Israel.
If anyone who he has really backdoored himself into being the exact thing he didn't want to be. Like he's absolutely like a state media apparatchik now, which is like so funny to me.
It's Methylene Blue, man.
It's the Methylene Blue. It makes you very compliant. Oh, you know,
yes.
It cleans
on the molecular level.
It cleans out all your mitochondria of bad anti-government thoughts. Dude, so
I'm afraid to go to sleep.
He's gonna kill one of these guests, right? Like probably.
Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you about this. 'Cause he was. I probably in person offered 200 people Methylene Blue,
dude,
and he was like, only 2 have had no reaction.
This guy is gonna get sued. Just like
they got to be signing some waiver though when they're coming on that show because he's doing it on that show.
And then using it in ads.
Yes.
Okay,
he's
so
using
yeah,
it in ads especially. People are getting annoyed with it. He'll have people on Zoom. And he'll be like, "Doctor, have you tried Methylene Blue?" And one of the guys is like, "No, Alex, I have not." You could clearly tell he was sick of the Methylene Blue talk.
Well, I hear people keep calling it quantum healing.
Quantum, is that because it's on the molecular level of the cells?
Yeah, because you can't observe it actually doing anything to your
they
cells.
They have a tough time like really pinpointing exactly like what it does, like the process.
Because it's happening smaller than we can measure. So
yes.
So that can only mean good things. It won't mean an invisible bad is happening.
Yeah, it'll give you focus, clarity. It'll clean your fish tank.
It'll clean your fish. It'll dye your jeans blue.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, do you mind if we,
your spinal cord, it'll dye it blue.
And your brain. We'll be right back, y'all. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tanner. It's
Yeah, I just stumbled across this track. They just played on my. Actually, this is weird. I went to Spotify on my Google Home and I was like, "Hey, will you play me something with Bob Lazar? Just something Bob Lazar. I wanted to see what it would do." And it played this. And at first I was laying there and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I actually started grooving.
It's
and I was like, "This guy's a great little Saskatchewan country guitar guy."
Dude, God, Canada gets shit on so much. I hope they still like us. Like, relations with them are so weird right now.
Bro, you know,
can we visit and still get away with it?
Yes, we can still visit. Man, I will say that, like, I don't talk about Trump that much, but him making that goddamn joke to whoever he made that joke to was such the wrong fucking idea. Even Alex Jones was talking about how, like, he's got to stop. You got to stop making jokes like that. Like, he turns to whoever that guy was from Canada and was like, "Hey, you know, you guys could be the 51st state. We'll make you a senator or a governor," or whatever he said.
It was Trudeau.
It was Trudeau.
And he had to abdicate. He literally resigned, and that's why the Liberal Party's in charge right now, because he literally was like, "Yeah, we'll like talk about it."
Yeah, he kind of fumbled their entire election with that. You know that because they're okay. I'm going to show my conservative side a little bit here. Poulevet, the French guy, was going. He was
from
like
the Quebec bloc, yeah.
The conservative candidate who basically got Trudeau to step down. They've been like arch enemies for the past, I don't know how many years. And Poulever's been he's like part French guy. He's been going after Trudeau, calling him out, making him look like a fool, got him to step fucking down. And because Trump did that, this is what they're saying at least, is that the Liberal Party candidate who used to be Trudeau's boss, they just put another guy in. He won. So they just put Trudeau's boss in. The Poulevet guy was on track to be prime minister. I like his conservative values. I think he's a badass. I think it was going to be great for fucking Canada. I think that was a huge goddamn mistake.
Does he have any of the fascist leanings of Trump? Because I mean, like, I feel like Trump gets a pass from a lot of conservatives, but recently with the whole throwing people in vans thing, I was expecting more alarm bells to go off.
No, he's not doing that shit.
Good.
You know, I actually...
I was worried that was going to become boilerplate conservatism.
I know see, we'll get shit from somebody for being Americans and talking about this shit, but I just think that, like, his conservative values aligned with something that I think was great and I thought would have been good for that country, because obviously Trudeau was not doing good and he was being a fraudulent motherfucker. And he fucked with a lot of people. Dude. I don't even want to talk about the pandemic with Trudeau and everything, but he fucked up everything for them.
Dude, well, and then top it off with, "I'm going to give away the country I am in charge of." Like, what the... Eat a dick, dude. Like, I feel bad for Canada, man, because it's like, I've never had to worry about my sovereignty on that level. I mean, I do now because... what do we have? We have an executive order in America right now that says the government can enter our homes to look for illegal immigrants.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like, what? What the fuck are you talking about?
They've got to have some basis for that, though, don't they? Like they wouldn't just come up to our house. Like, they've got to have some information that they had gotten at one point. Like,
I mean...
Even if somebody called and just made a bullshit claim, you know?
Well, that's the thing, is that you can just... And then... So that's the thing.
It's like swatting somebody.
Well, exactly. So if you were, let's say, a government official who didn't want to bother with a search warrant, you would go to payphone A... And you would call yourself, wouldn't you? That's what I would do if I had an agenda.
Those fucking payphones, dude.
Those fucking payphones.
Maybe there's a reason they died out, huh?
Well, no, I'm thinking there's 5 payphones left, and they're all outside of the FBI field office, like somewhere.
Actually, I passed through a small town for work. This is another interesting story. And they had in the middle of this little farm town, in like the middle of some of these towns, it's just like one big silo and like a post office, and they had one lone red, like British telephone box.
Really?
And the wire was hooked. It went over to like a little house. And I was like, don't tell me they got their own little personal telephone booth, or I think they installed it for the town.
I think they did too.
Which I thought was it. Never seen somebody personally like in a small town do that.
There is,
I know about the art collectives that do some of that kind of stuff, but like this was just, I know it's just some personal phone for people to use, for that little town.
Oh man, I've been wanting to do something like that art collective Futel, Futel. Yeah,
that's who that is.
Yeah, out of Portland, I want to say. They put up refurbished payphones that are filled with 4G and 5G hardware, so you can like make free calls, and if you're lonely, you can just press 0 and someone will talk to you. Like
I kind of like that.
I like it
Those
too.
are cool. It's a fun idea.
There's one payphone we just used the footage for a promo, but there's like one working payphone, I thought, in the whole state, and we used it for a little music video promo a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
And so I'm really curious to see the red one because they just cut service to that other one. It's officially just some outdoor art installation now.
Wow.
So stupid.
That's a good place to, hey, if somebody was going to do it here, they could just replace that one. Just put it back in.
I have so many weird good memories at that far away payphone. It's like an hour away from my house, but like it's so specific that I remember basically
Nostalgia.
every time I've ever been there, for sure.
Yeah. Seeing that telephone booth, I probably shouldn't give this away, but it actually made me think of a movie idea.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, man, if that person has that, what if somebody moved into, like, in a movie, some guy moves into a house, and there's a telephone booth like that in a small town across the street in, like, a empty lot, and he's like, I'm going to buy the lot so I can have that phone. And then he hooks up so he can listen to the calls. Because he wants to see who all the calls people are making. And, like, I don't know, there could be some, like, weird organized crime stuff going on in this little town, or like some murders being covered up or something, and it's sort of like The Room with a View.
Ooh, yes,
where the guy with the binocular. Who was James Stewart?
Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah. That, by the way, that might be. It's a Wonderful Life is my favorite James Stewart movie, but that might actually take its place.
I just watched a movie very similar to that. Rear Window.
Rear Window. Is that what it is? Okay, sorry.
I
mixed up that goddamn title.
I watched Body Double.
Body Double.
With it's a guy who looks like sexy Bill Maher. I don't know who the fuck.
Who the fuck is sexy Bill Maher?
He barely even crosses the line.
That sounds like a cursed image.
It really kind of is.
You gotta look this guy up. Now I'm like dying to.
Body Double.
Body Double.
Body Double.
That's so funny.
Like.
How old is this, by the way?
We're gonna say 84.
Wow, 84. Okay.
And so what do we? So he's a peeping Tom, and he watches this woman just like through his buddy's like window with the telescope.
See, that's how you do it. You go to your friend's place. You don't do it at your own
house sitting.
Yes. Yeah.
And his buddy's like, "Hey, dude, check this out. That lady, she dances naked in her window every night. You should check it out." And it's just this it's a really weirdly bad thriller because it was that time where you couldn't be a horror movie and you couldn't be porn.
Yeah.
But if you put them together and called it an erotic thriller, you would win Oscars.
Yes.
So you have this, Basic Instinct.
I was just about to say Basic Instinct. Yes. Wild Things.
Oh God, what's Wild Things? I've never heard of that.
We'll have to watch Wild Things.
Okay.
We'll have to. I don't want to spoil it or surprise. I want you to be surprised. Go into that with no expectations. If you've never seen Wild Things.
Dude, I would love to do
female. It's Basic Instinct kind of vibes, I guess. Predatory.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Women with an axe to grind movies are either the scariest shit you're gonna watch that year.
It reminds me of Fear with Mark Wahlberg, kind of.
Ooh, God, I really
his
want
scariest role, by the way. I don't know if you've ever seen Fear with Mark Wahlberg, but
no. Wait, what's Fear about?
He's like he preys on this older woman, and he's like real young, and it's a whole thing.
Okay.
But he's kind of a psychotic stalker guy.
This is a psychosexual movie with
an
old lady.
It's an early Wahlberg film.
I would love to see the first movie he made out of the clink.
Oh, did he go? Did he go away?
Oh, dude.
I didn't know he did time.
Mark Wahlberg, when he was 16, he did 6 years for attempted murder.
That wasn't the Asian guy, was it?
It was, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he blinded him in the left eye with a stick.
I didn't know that he actually had consequences for that.
Yeah, 6 year sit, dude.
Wow.
I think he did 4 out of the 6. But
you know, people gave him a lot of shit for that, and if he did his time and he served it, I think
it changed, man, for sure. Like, dude,
I can't comment. I'm never gonna say anything about it now that I know that, because I have before, but now I'm like, oh shit, dude, he kind of paid his price. So,
Mark Wahlberg. Well, what's crazy to me is he went to jail, became an underwear model, became a rapper. It's weird to me that he has to fight for legitimacy when he really has come by everything he said he was, like, completely honestly.
Yeah.
Like, even being a scumbag. He's a really good scumbag.
Well, yeah, no, and, he kind of is with his products, too, and his marketing a little bit, too. That's the only thing that disappoints me about him is that, like, he's just so big, and he still does these, like, scammy things. Like, he came into our neck of the woods with his brother, and they both tried to insert their businesses into the grocery chains here, and I knew from the start, I was like, you don't give a fuck about us. Why are you coming here and trying to feed us Wahlburgers and his Mark Wahlberg's supplement company, High Performance or whatever the fuck it was. Nobody bought those supplements. I watched them sit on those shelves for like 2 years. Donnie Wahlberg, not Donnie Wahlberg, whoever runs Wahlburgers went on the radio here and was like, yeah, we do all kinds of things for communities and the fire department. And like, yeah, where you live. You're just coming here to sell your bullshit products to middle America, to people who don't have anything to do with you. You know, it didn't last.
It's that whole like,
and I knew it. That's why I was like, this is fucking pointless, guys.
Well, lifestyle fever is kind of dying down, where you just want to emulate the lifestyle of like Chrissy Teigen or whoever the shit is selling their lifestyle step by step. Because I mean, think about it. Do you know a single person who's like, oh yeah, dude, I'm doing Mark Wahlberg's workout plan?
No.
That's
what I meant.
It's available for purchase.
Yeah, I never saw anybody. Oh, I'm using the Mark Wahlberg's high performance protein.
Dude, well,
nobody.
See, here's the thing. You have to be more simple than keto now, which you can't be. You can't beat that, dude. It's like, yeah, just eat bacon until you look skinny. All right, I'll do that. I'll eat steak until I look skinny. Okay.
Yeah, people are going more natural with their diets, and people are more cautious about supplements, which is good. They should, they should be.
People are
in a world of methylene blue. They should be very cautious of any of the supplements.
I
they take,
hate that all of these raw milk pushing, like, be good to your body people are pushing this methylene blue shit. It makes me
Peterson.
so really.
Oh yeah, she pushed. I saw a thing with her pushing it. Rogan pushed it.
That's okay. This is very dangerous.
He takes it. He takes. He even said it's one of those things where even when I'm putting the dropper in, I'm like, should I be doing this? Should I be doing this? But I do it anyway.
I go against my intuition, man, and it's
man.
I fucking, dude. So like, a lot of people are worried that like permanently altering your DNA with dyes is going to be bad, but like, fuck it.
Well, hey, this is USP grade, okay? US Pharmacopoeia grade. All right, it's been clean, it's tested, it's ultra, and it is ultra.
We've got the best USP grade.
Yeah, no, I'm doing that. I need to stop doing that. It's just so funny, dude. I don't know why it's so funny. This is what I've been kind of saying is that I think he is high off of this shit. It's affecting him because he spent, I'll do a 10-minute ad. And then I counted it. It was like an hour and 15 minutes
do you think
of him talking about it. And then he would go to break and the break would be a Methylene Blue commercial.
Can you tell if he's drinking on it or not?
I don't.
He says he's not.
He's very clean right now.
Yeah.
He's working out with Sean Johnson. He's working out with Joe Rogan's like best friend. He's like a Navy SEAL who's like 29 and he's like got him in. He's in great shape.
I'm a little worried that he's got that fucking red skin shit people are getting now when they're getting really skinny.
He says it's coming from the Methylene Blue. He was like, I am red.
Yeah, dude. It looks like every blood vessel is dilated in your body.
Mm-hmm.
He probably feels like he has a niacin flush 24/7. That can't be fucking comfy.
Yeah. He says he's not. Oh, he's probably not sleeping as much too because he's like, I'm afraid to sleep. I can only take it every 2 or 3 days.
He said he's getting 3 hours of sleep a night. He's probably actually undergoing a psychotic fucking break, if not now soon. Because that lack of I'm not a doctor here, but like, dude, a lack of REM sleep over what has this arc been like 3 or 4 months of methylene blue taking?
It's been about. He says he's been taking it for 6 weeks.
6 weeks, jeez, man, it's already seriously affecting his health. It seems like.
He's been taking it for 6 fucking weeks, dude.
Well, so like here's what I found: if you're tuned up to 1,000 all the time, people really don't like that. I think that you might find diminishing returns if you're at max energy, max power level, yelling all the time.
Well, even Roseanne Barr was like, am I going to be like that?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, this is just me normally. And she's like, yeah, you are like that normally, I guess. But
dude, when Roseanne Barr's looking at you like, this seems like an unsound decision.
Yeah. When she wants to only take a quarter dose. She's like,
Well, and what's funny is, what's fun? Every time I've seen Roseanne on a podcast, she'll take drugs someone hands her.
Yes.
Like Norm Macdonald gave her a bunch of benzos and fucking methylene blue, which he makes everyone take. We keep saying that, but I really can't believe it. Because he'll occasionally get a real person in the government or like a celebrity.
Yeah.
And like, this is how Randy Quaid dies. Randy Quaid dies by drinking methylene blue.
God, I hope not. I actually feel bad for Randy Quaid, all the bullshit he's gone through.
I feel hope, so bad.
Things change for him. So
well,
I'll leave it at that.
Can you imagine being Jack Quaid right now, and like your uncle's Randy Quaid?
Dude, that's something I want to know about. All this, like, out of all the celebrity drama and everything, that's the conversation I want to hear. Is those two brothers talk? or what's going on in that family dynamic.
Yeah.
I really wanted to know what is going on behind the Quaid's doors.
Oh, I would love to be the quiet third cousin.
Let's investigate Quaidcast.
Quaidcast.
Let's investigate the Quaid family once and for all. Okay?
You know, Jack's weird. He will show up on online shit all the time. Like he's on Red Letter Media sometimes, which props.
That's kind of interesting that he does. Okay,
dude. Okay. After Patton did it, and after Macaulay Culkin,
I mean,
did
to
it,
like guys like us, that's big.
It is, yeah.
But to guys like him, that's pretty small time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like paying a favor to those
it's
guys.
like this is the fun version of press that my manager said was okay to do.
Yeah. You know, he's probably a fan.
Definitely.
And so he's like,
tell.
hey man, I want to be on. You know,
dude. My favorite thing recently is they started including Joshua Taylor Thompson. He does all the impression roles for Family Guy.
I guess I'm not as familiar with this guy.
He does there, Morgan Freeman.
Is he? He's not the guy that did Cleveland too, is he?
No, that's Mike Henry.
Mike Henry, thank you.
Mike Henry's very good, very talented.
Yeah.
He's always on some new show that doesn't get picked up. Like he's always doing 6 episodes of some shit you'll never watch. I love his run though. Like honestly, I think it's really, really funny that when the Cleveland show was on and when Family Guy was on and like Cleveland was being voiced by like a white guy who I'm just kind of like, did anybody care? Was there one guy somewhere who was mad the whole time?
No, but I feel like nobody cared.
I think
and it was so good. It was, people love that show. There are some people that love Cleveland show more than Family Guy or American Dad.
And fair enough. And if you were a black person that had never met another black person, it's probably the show for you.
Yeah. If you don't have that much experience with black culture, this is definitely the entry point.
If you
maybe I shouldn't say that.
If you've heard about black culture from a white guy, this is a great show for you.
Yeah, this is the most white thing I think I've ever said, is that anybody's entry point into black culture is a Cleveland show.
I got a lot of the jokes.
That's awful.
Because my white dad was born in the 70s. So
Yeah.
everything from what you talking about, Willis, to
yeah, my dad was 59, so he hung out with, his best friend was black. So, you know.
well, that's the thing. To have black friends, you either have to be super old or 14.
Yeah.
You have to be 65 or 14.
Do you think they give us a pass for that? Be like, oh, my parents were best friends with African Americans their whole life, so
I can say the N-word.
I think I know. I think I know about black culture. And
well, see, I honestly think that
I don't. I'm kidding.
Do you remember the first time you were able to tell that black people sounded different on the phone? Can you pinpoint the moment?
You know, I don't think that's everything that I like ever have thought about. Actually, I just
really,
it's just something that registered. Like
it registers though. It registers.
Yeah, I think it registers. It does register. But that goes for any culture. A lot of cultures, you know. When I pick up my spam call, I know that the guy is not really named Max Johnson. Okay. You know what I mean? And it's probably Talib.
Here's what fucks me up, dude. Asian Americans who have been here for multiple generations, everyone they know is American. They don't have any family in Asia that they can talk to. Why do they still sound Asian American? Like imagine the most like half white Asian chick that goes to a high school you can think of.
That's an interesting
She still has an Asian version of an American accent, and it fucks me up. You know, it's like when you meet like an Asian guy named Chad, and he talks like sort of over enunciated like this.
Yeah.
There's a female version of that where it's like, who's Ben Shapiro's sister? Simply Abby.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
That kind of like, hi, sort of like over feminine quality. And I'm like, what is that? Because it's only endemic to like Asian women. And then Ben Shapiro's milky sister.
Yeah, I don't know what that's rooted in. I never thought about that either.
I have a fascination with people's accents because I'm from the Midwest and we have a very sympathetic accent. Like if you talk to anybody here, and you're Midwestern, you will drift to their accent almost all the way. So like if you're white, you talk to someone who speaks any level of like urban dialect from anywhere, you will sound like that version of a black guy in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but like
you accidentally code switch. If you're a Midwesterner, you're going to accidentally code switch
all the time. You're like, yeah, word up, DeMarcus. And it just, it pops out of you and it's sort of embarrassing.
Type shit.
Word up.
Yeah. Yes. I feel you. I'm not tripping.
Dude, I don't know when like we in the Midwest, we took a look at our collective like wiggerness and we were like, yeah, let's ironically keep it up. Because like
we took stock.
We took stock, and then at some point we just all started saying "word" around 2015, and it never left. It's been a decade.
Bruh's a big one.
Bruh, let me tell you something. Bruh. Or dope, never left. Chill, should have gone a long time ago.
I say dope about a lot of stuff.
I say dope constantly.
Dude, you know what I used to say? This is something from the way back. This is high school. Dank. That shit is dank.
Swag's making a comeback.
Swag's making a comeback. That makes me think of Tyler the Creator.
It swag. Yeah. The very burn people, kill shit, fuck school period.
Mm-hmm.
I really think
that takes me back.
It really does, dude. I saw Odd Future way back in 2011. So it's
you actually got to see them?
Yeah,
wow.
Chicago Vic Theater before Earl was back.
That's kind of cool.
It's
was that pre or post Wolf?
Pre-Wolf.
Wow.
By a couple of years, I think. It was 2011, yeah.
Yeah, wow, dude. Yeah, that came out, what, 12 or 13?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's cool.
It was, there was a lot of, like, internet big bands that just came through when I was in high school. Like, I saw Neutral Milk Hotel. That was really nice. I really regret never seeing Death Grips. I had about 1,000 opportunities, and I just never spent the fucking money to go do it.
That would have been a good show too. I haven't seen.
Well, yeah.
Either.
So I hear, back when the crowd was mostly millennial and shit, I heard it was really nice and calm, and now it's like going to the worst hardcore show you've ever been to. Just in terms of back of the head punches and not being able to stand and enjoy it.
It's the fan base.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, the fan base used to be like art school nerds, and now it's people who are like, man, TikTok rap isn't loud enough, and I'm like, okay, you can come hang out, but please don't stay long.
What happens when things just like get bigger too?
Yeah, I mean,
the fan base changes along with whatever, as the bigger the thing gets.
How many genres have you left behind in the dust, man? Because there's a
couple of them. I mean, I still listen to things, but like I said, like not listening to music like also goes with not going to shows.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not listening to music at home, I'm not gonna probably go to a concert.
That's funny. I just started listening to music again every night. And
I'm trying.
The urge to go to shows is. Here's what changed me: the Dr. Demento show.
When was that?
It ran from like the 70s through the 90s. I think into the 2000s actually.
Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
He does wacky radio shit.
Yes.
And just does novelty songs and like gave Weird Al a start, crap like that.
Yeah.
But it's so silly and so far removed from music that like when I go to put on like a Zappa record or
I was just about to mention Zappa.
Zappa's like at home on the Dr. Demento show. They play some Zappa on there.
Yeah.
It's just weird enough.
Hell, Zappa didn't even consider himself like prog rock.
God, I don't even know what I would call Zappa. Because he was like a novelty. It was as much comedy as he was rock, and he was as rock as he was.
He knew
pop.
that. He knew that too. He would just like, why do we got to talk about that?
Yeah,
I think he's one of those guys. Like, just take the stuff.
Take it as it comes.
Just enjoy it. Why are you trying to break it all down and
which is
decipher everything?
I love that musicians. More music fans should learn how to make music because I feel like they would engage with the music press in a way that fans would actually like.
I think any fan base, every fan base in the world is not ready for this. Stop taking a scalpel to every item of content that you get. Right away. Stop taking a scalpel and a fine-tooth comb and you know what I mean? You got to stop doing that right away.
It's almost hard, man. It's like,
you're right.
I think a lot of it is
it's hard. That's why I said people aren't ready for this conversation yet.
Well, we all watch too much criticism, right? And
that's what I'm saying.
Because like you're watching a movie, and you're looking for the lazy jokes instead of just watching the movie and noticing.
I'm looking
the
for the
jokes.
blunders and the flubs, and yeah. That's the problem too. I think that goes with the not listening to women, because some of us we get into entertainment and are creatives about some things, and I think we start like evaluating based on the things we've done in our work too. It does blindside you a little bit from just enjoying entertainment. It's a very slippery slope to becoming a mudraker about everything.
Oh dude, the one thing I don't want to do is like I don't want to just shit on people as like my main source of like entertaining myself.
It's so big. People love it. People love that.
Well, it's just like I feel like one, I'd run out of people to shit on, and two, I actually am upset that someone's doing poorly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not. Oh, we're always rooting for. I shouldn't even say this. Rooting for downfalls, and when it's warranted, I guess, like truly warranted, not because like somebody wears clothes or does a podcast, or you don't like the way they do their podcast or something, or
Whoa, dude,
they tell one little white lie about some thing that doesn't a non-issue, and then you're like, we need to tear their career completely down. That's a little much.
It's it's very weird because it's gotten to the point with the outrage economy that when someone's like, yo, dude, the downfall of Kloopy Kloop, and I'm like, that could either be a rape or an ill-timed tweet, so I'm literally not going to take the time to find out.
Speaking of this, have you followed any of the iDubbbz?
No, what's going on there?
H3. So iDubbbz came out of nowhere. Then I can't believe I'm breaking this to you. And he came up with new content creator.
Okay. Or content cop or content
deputy? Content cop. My bad. Content cop, and it was on Ethan Klein.
Okay.
And they were friends for a long. Remember? And then they had a big split.
There was a content fight.
Yes. So he dropped this on that, and then Ethan blew up over it. Hassan just debated him for like 5 or 6 hours. I swear they did 5 or 6 hours. I don't remember if it was 5 or 6 hours. But I watched most of that. And Ethan's like winning back our side of the internet.
Interesting.
Yes. And people are he gave props to Sam Hyde, and like finally was like really open about the actual influence directly on his material.
Which is like 5 years too late, bud. But like
that's kind of what I was saying. Like, now that you're in some good graces because Ian slipped up and made a bullshit content cop. Now you're gonna lean our way a little bit, and people are like trying to get Sam and Ethan like in the same. Like people want them to do something together now.
Which I would say is
the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
I think I think that's actually highly likely.
I think that would be interesting. I think that would take over the internet, and it would blow up if. So like Ethan did Frenemies with Trisha Paytas. They did a podcast together. If even just for a special thing, Sam and Ethan did a Frenemies.
It would break
just once.
The fucking internet.
Once or twice. It would be the biggest fucking thing ever. At least for, our universe and stuff.
It would shake awake
the Twitterverse.
I'd say there's about 2
Xverse.
million people who would be like, oh, no, really? That's cool. Like, honestly, because Sam Hyde, anytime he does get a bump from someone who's a little bit more mainstream legitimate, who's a little bit more marketable, it's a really big deal for his fan base. It feels like a group victory for like everybody. You can tell.
Yeah, it's just like confirming.
Yeah, well, it's just like
information for
Yeah, it's like okay, we are a legitimate comedy entity and we exist, and it's very interesting.
It makes the artistic and emotional investment that you've put into the commitment worth it at that point when your favorite production or guy has been kind of validated by somebody else.
Yeah,
it makes you I'm on the right side.
Oh man, let's get that Ethan Klein cosign. It's I
don't think I shouldn't say think about what somebody else is going to do or not do, but I don't think Sam would do it. But I think I would like to see that in our lifetime at some point. I think it's a funny way the universe works.
Yeah.
It's a weird circle to come back to, and then they'd finally do something together.
Well, it's just Ian did the that thing with Sam that took for fucking ever. It was like a year-long saga of documentaries back and forth.
He did the anti-documentary as he's doing. iDubbbz was doing the documentary on him,
which is so funny.
Kind of punked him out a little bit.
That was it's really funny to prank somebody who's coming to do a documentary on you.
That is a great joke.
Yeah, but also as someone who has an interest in making documentary, it's like fuck, how you'd really have to personally gain Sam Hyde's trust to even get a remote shot at anything watchable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never thought about him as a documentary subject before. He'd be either that office life is like super interesting and the ideas are always flowing, or everyone knows exactly what they're doing every day and it's quiet as shit.
I think it's both.
It's probably both.
I bet, yeah. I like speculating on some of that too, but I'm sure it's like well-rounded.
Definitely. They have a very good mix of long-term projects and like close-up stuff. They're good.
Have you seen the new website for them?
No.
MDE.tv?
No, I haven't.
He's got like everything up there.
Really?
He's moved the Gumroad over.
Cool.
He moved everything over to MDE.
So I was wondering about that because it seems like a lot of YouTubers are going. I don't know if Stripe just got more workable or something, but people are doing like self-hosted membership accounts.
Paywall on your own website.
Yeah.
Yep. That's kind of the way to go.
It almost seems like Patreon might be just maybe an integration you use, but you're not going to be going to patreon.com/anything.
Page. Yeah.
Check the page.
Yeah, nobody's taking a percentage of your shit then. Well, technically.
Yeah, technically. I mean,
at least not a big.
Yeah, Gumroad will dent you for like 3%, and then like.
Hey, that's a little bit better than probably Patreon and YouTube, and like that's significantly better than a lot of these other services.
Dude, I want to.
Already taking a lot.
I really want a place that's not my house to.
I want a place that's not my house. I think a lot of Americans agree with you.
Yeah, I need a third space that's not a Starbucks.
Let's open a hostel called Third Space.
Ugh, yeah, that'd be fine.
I love that. Ugh, when I said hostel,
I'm just
you're grossed out.
That's the noise I make when something's gonna make money, but I hate it. I'm like, yeah, we can do a Korean street food truck, sure.
Yeah, Korean barbecue. Does that even exist? All right, we'll do it.
Fine. It's better than those Dutch banana muffins you sold me on, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
We're not selling Dutch letters.
Dutch is selling weirdly. There's a whole economy where we live based on selling Dutch food. They don't have a lot of foods to sell.
No.
It's not like
a lot of pastry.
It's all pastry.
Bakery item, yeah.
Which is, it's amazing to make food every day that you know is gonna kill you. Like being a baker. It's like
your whole diet is carbs.
Like you basically live in a cigarette factory.
You live in a cigarette factory.
You're this taste tester at the cigarette factory.
I wonder if they got a job for that.
Oh, I wonder
That'd be wild.
That Indeed listing would be very interesting to read.
Oh, they'd make it some like very technical term as the tester. It wouldn't just be
olfactory associate.
Yes, technician. You definitely call you a technician in that position. In the
technician position.
Dude, at my job, I'm technically a technician. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I hate it because all it's done is
for anything.
It's made nobody believe anyone's resume. That's all that's done.
Yes, the fancy words and
You better put communications specialist if you were a fucking receptionist. You better.
Yeah, I used to answer the phones at Hot Topic. I'm a communication specialist. I'm a customer service representative.
If I learned a long time ago that if you're self-employed, you have to make up a fake job title for yourself so that it doesn't say CEO.
That doesn't just say self-employed either.
Yeah, you can't say self-employed.
Yeah.
People think you're a crackhead.
Or a stripper.
And so you literally
I'm a private contractor.
Ooh, yes. If you say private's fine.
Better.
You can't say as long as you don't say independent contractor.
Ooh, what's the thing with independent contracting? Why would that be a negative?
It has always been a slang term for homeless person doing odd jobs.
Interesting.
Independent means nobody's hired you. Contractor with no contracts to speak of.
Interesting. Wow, because I see that one a lot. Like that's a big Craigslist thing too.
Yes,
independent contractor.
It's notice how it's not general contractor because general contractor has license requirements and a bond with the state. But if you're an independent contractor, that's like being sort of like a non-union gaffer. You can just kind of show up and get killed.
I'm understanding this now. Well, if we had Adam Carolla here, he'd probably break it all down.
Let me tell you why you shouldn't even have unions, even though I'm in 4.
Isn't that crazy? That goes to show that anybody can make it, by the way. You can build houses, and you can go on to host the Man Show.
Oh, my fucking God. Is that his career trajectory?
Yeah,
he was a contractor?
He was a construction worker, independent, or general contractor for some celebrity, and he was just so funny. I'm pretty sure that's the story. I'm like 90% sure that's his story, is that he got found by one of his people he was working with.
If that's what it takes... It's just like you have to get really into celebrity lawn care.
Oh, well, don't you remember that's why he did that show? Catch a Contractor.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
So sorry.
Oh, you're good. That's good footage.
That's so fucking funny. That's going in the fucking trailer.
He had to knock that memory out of my brain. He's like, "How dare you bring up that Spike television show?
Get the fuck out of my podcast.
Don't talk about Catch a Contractor here. We're not a Catch a Contractor house."
That's so fucking funny to me, man.
No, Adam Carolla would go around and he'd people who hired a general contractor. Do you ever see that show?
Oh my god, I know it. Yeah, and he would like bully them, right?
Well, they would hire. He sometimes would bully the property owners because they'd hire these bullshit independent contractors who wouldn't finish the job, and he'd like track those guys down a lot of the time. Or I believe he made some of them come back to like finish the work. Yeah, and like he would do they'd help reconstruct the house.
I gotta wonder, if you're Adam Carolla, does that feel like I'm back in my element, or does this feel like, God damn it, Jimmy Kimmel's doing awesome?
It's kind of like it reminds me of like Kitchen Nightmare. It's like Gordon Ramsay of houses.
Okay.
Of like carpentry. He's the Gordon Ramsay of carpentry.
I'm the piss covered floor of shit.
Yes.
I love Gordon Ramsay, but he has a sort of infectiously understandable level of douchebagness. Like, if you watch Kitchen Nightmares, you will start sending food back to the kitchen. I don't know what that is.
This is just, imagine like you actually go to the restaurant and you're like tearing apart your burger with your hands like he does. That's the only thing I can't stand is when he grabs a full like tenderloin or like a steak and he's just ripping it apart.
Dude.
Oh God.
There was one time I had a full on fucking asshole in the fucking restaurant moment. Where it's like, we're at some restaurant in Colorado, and the tabletops were all copper, not even like covered copper, just anodized fucking copper, or not unanodized copper. Sorry, so he's just like you put your hands on
like
it.
A table that's not like finished, like doesn't have like a
no
coating or
just,
like
just literally
the rock like
bent raw copper, which by the way, fucking toxic.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
it
causes
like,
blindness.
Raw metals. Like,
yep.
Wow.
So you're sitting, your hands are on it. And there's a light electrical charge that happens when skin touches copper, and so your hands start to smell like copper because copper's being left on your hands, and
it's like you're touching pennies.
Exactly. And I call and then we get our food, and like it's like literally like burnt to shit, and like I wave the guy over who's like clearly the manager or whatever, and I'm like, hey man, a lot of stuff's wrong.
What is this?
Yeah, so it's like I can smell the tabletops, and like it's on my hands and my arms, and
that's concerning.
Well, and then I do the Gordon Ramsay thing sort of on accident. Is like I pick up like a piece of bacon, and I try to like break it to show that it's like too crispy, and it like turns into like dust, dude. It didn't break in half. It, like every point of my finger, it turned to fucking dust, and I was like, I mean, you wouldn't feed that to a dog.
It was like black bacon.
Yeah,
that crumbles into ash. Yeah.
And instead of being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, he was like, that hurts because this is my restaurant. And I go, great, then you can do something about it.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry that it hurts, but like that's why I'm bringing it to your attention, buddy. Like,
yeah.
Don't you want somebody to let you know, like, hey, something's amiss here?
I wanted to like lunch today too. I've never had to go that route with somebody again, but God, man, it was uncomfortable.
Like, you were right about that, but whether you're in the right or wrong, like, to just the manager to not like take that big opportunity to make a good spectacle,
yeah,
and impress you and win you back over, he just took it offensively.
Yeah, exactly. No, they charged us full price for the meal. It was great.
Wow, dude,
it was awesome.
You didn't tip, did you?
I did tip.
And you see?
I don't. Yeah, see, that's. I don't blame wait staff. I don't blame wait staff.
No, I know, but it's just like one of those things. Like, and you were proper and you were cordial and you tried to do the right thing, and they still just like that dude couldn't own up to it.
It's so weird. I
know it's just bacon, everybody, but I mean, come on, we gotta draw the line somewhere here on some of this shit. Okay, we can't just always let everybody fuck us in the ass, even if it's over bacon.
When's the last? Have you had to eat food you didn't want to eat as an adult?
Yeah, definitely.
Like I think it's one of the few luxuries we have is being like, you know what, I don't like that crap. I'm not 6.
The only time it happens is like if I order something from a restaurant and I go pick it up and I trust them and I take it home and it's something completely wrong or awful, and then I'm like, I'm not traveling another like 25 minutes back.
Yeah, fair.
And I'll just like, I'll take the L,
dude,
and like maybe I'll say something or ask for a refund, on an app or something. But I haven't had that happen really at a table in many, 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 many years.
Have you gone to like a potluck? like an adult potluck.
Not since I was like a kid. I avoid that shit like
Dude.
the plague, dude.
Oh
I'm
my
not into that stuff.
God, it's nightmare shit. I went to we met somebody we thought would be like a cool new friend. They did not turn out to be very cool.
Don't you hate that?
I really do. They took us to a vegan potluck, and
which sounds promising.
It does. You'd think there might be some samosas there or something. You know, everyone made slop. Everyone made yam and yellow slop.
Man,
it was great.
Nothing good. No vegan wings or
nothing.
Wow, dude.
And then they're looking at you like you're a dick because you didn't bring anything to the potluck, and it's like, guys, I am never going to.
I was told I didn't have to.
Yeah, it's a potluck. It's a potluck. There's 30 other people bringing.
Everyone's gonna eat, so get a chance to eat, guys. Okay.
Everyone's gonna. Well, see, that's the thing is, all the food at a vegan potluck you only want to take one bite of. So.
Yeah. You're not quite sure what the hell's in it. Yeah.
Dude, I think I'm really satisfied with this episode.
What do you mean you made these cookies out of pinto beans? You know, like
it's.
I'm like, wait, what? There's turmeric in this brownie.
It really is the turmeric in everything. I have seen turmeric cookies.
Ashwagandha iced tea.
Over here we got some what's the black shit from the beginning of the show?
Shilajit.
Yeah, we got that mixed with Marmite.
Yeah, Shilajit, Marmite, bites, banana bites.
Okay, so we got banana bread, we got crazy bread.
Yeah.
Which, wait, why don't we just call that bananas bread?
Yeah.
It's right there.
Bananas bread.
Bananas bread. Okay. Do you want to make $20,000 one time?
Yeah, let's do it. One time.
Dude,
is that tax free, by the way?
It is if we do it as a church.
Okay.
It is if it's the church of the holy
Start
nanner.
that church. Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to plug, man? I'm.
Yeah, dude. My Twitter, Stone Fox Detroit. Okay. I do have. If any of the Fish Tank Live people at Stream Stars are watching, there is. I'm not allowed to say what it is yet, but there is something coming up.
Cool. Stay tuned.
Stream Stars ends in June. There is something in the works.
Awesome.
So there is something going on. You'll hear more about that, I'm sure. So
yeah, Stone Fox Detroit on Twitter.
Yeah. American Death Camp on YouTube as well too. Our other show that we do.
Please check it out. It's very good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, mindunlimited.gumroad.com. Piss Magazine, American Death Camp.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at Tanner Hate.
By the way, it's sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's good to be back.
Yeah,
it's good to be back. It's been a while since we've done one of these. We'll probably share it on Twitter so everybody could see it, but I'm excited. We're gonna do more of these.
Hell yeah, man! I like
get back on the grind.
I like the sunny studio.
Yeah, this is nice. I like the change of pace, being upstairs and on the couch, and because I was watching Hong Kong podcast. You ever watch that?
Yeah, I've seen HK2.
Yeah. So I like that vibe. This is kind of that for us right now.
Yeah,
I think this works. So I love it. Thanks for having me on again, man.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for fucking joining us.
I love you guys.
Love you.